You can go as deep as you like with that, couldn't you? If you think about it. Well, let's look at it. I don't know who these kids are, these lads are. But Morocco's about a 20-minute boat ride, isn't it? And the majority of the time, them islands that are just across the way, you know, they've got a big say in everything, don't they, the Moroccans and that. There's loads of people from England in Morocco. Not loads, but there's a good handful. Scousers. I know of a couple of the kids, well, the people that Cashman worked for. Not the foreign jobs. Basically, the job where the crop was going to get, his last job, the people who he was doing that for. He's been in Morocco for so basically, I was in Oakwood prison, landed in this Oakwood prison. And I've landed on this wing, and you've got Scousers on the wing, and I've never seen these Scousers. But they were on me, right over. And one of them was called Ronnie Scott. Ronnie Scott's from Speak. Used to graft with John Smith and people like that. Good fella, Ronnie Scott, actually. And he had a little mate in there called Stephen Tierney. You might have heard me speak about him. Shorty. Yes, Holmanator. And I'm on the wing with this young Scouse kid called Shorty. And he's only a youngster, but I'm liking his personality and his character. So I'm having it with him a little bit. I'm in his cell a little bit. And I'd stayed away from phones and parcels coming over fences. All my prison, on purpose. You know, so I didn't give them an opportunity to give me extra jail. But he's bang at it. He's getting parcels coming over the thing every other day. And he's talking about his big plans, because he's in Brewster's. When you're in jail for a couple of years and you're consistently getting parcels worth 15, 20 grand every week, your stack is massive out there. A lot of people have nearly been made millionaires from staying in prison, letting the dough stack from the graft in prison. Well, there's quite a few lads who's been in prison, stacked a little wage off the graft in prison, got out and not gone back, and invested the money from prison into something legitimate and not gone back. So I'm in the cell with this kid, and he's speaking about, you know, he's confiding in me. I'm like an OG to him. And he's speaking about a few of his things, what's going on outside, and he's speaking about his bird, and he feels his bird's getting throttled off someone on the south end or something like that. And he's saying what he's going to do when he gets out. He's going to go to Morocco, set crops up, and then send the crops into Spain. And then from Spain on to back here. And he was doing it. And Liverpool just become awash with a thing called Spanish haze. Spanish haze just started flooding Liverpool. And they've been there for years. Don't know whether they're still doing it. He's on his toes now. That exact kid is on his toes. Probably there. But that's Cashman's good friend. You remember when you might have heard the story where Cashman's came to my gaff, like on a sort of I'm a crazy kid sort of angle, and got laughed at, jogged on. Well, that's why he came, asking me not to speak about Shorty on a live feed. Because he was having it with this SO from the South End called George Carpenter. And they were giving in. It was weird what they were doing. So we just started screaming about him. And this is what I'm saying. I've had him in a cell. I know what I'm dealing with. Do you understand what I mean? And then out here, all of a sudden, He's Pablo half a bar with all little rats round him thinking he's crazy. It's mad out there, isn't it? And there's loads of lads, and you ask any proper kid that's gone to prison what these so-called hard gangbangers are like when they're in jail.
Really?
Honest to God. Especially when they land on a new wing and they haven't got the little cliff they used to have behind them on the wing. Land like little headless chickens. They don't know where it's coming from. There's loads of lads that are on the streets doing madness and you're just not cut out for jail. You're not cut out for it, lad. Just stop being a gangbanger, stop selling, stop being all this egotistic bullshit, because when you land in a tough, rough prison, I'm not on about your locals. Your locals are chaotic, you know, you've got your punters still rattling, you've got your grafters still outside, everyone's head still outside, everyone's still on demand, they've still got things going on, the birds are doing it, there's all chaotic in there. You know, you get a few slashings here and there. But when you land in a big jail, mate, and you're running around thinking you're Fambo, you're getting put in hospital. And I mean put in hospital, you know, it's not just like there's a little, you're getting hurt. Yes, Deborah, it's DD, so stay away from prison. It's simple. Shane saying Rambo. But that's the way it is in jail, mate. You need to get with it, and it's 10 times worse now. 10 times worse than what it used to be. In the sense of there's more bang up, there's more people who are psychotic, there's more people with schizophrenia, there's more people with addictions, more people willing to do anything to feed that addiction. Due to that, there's violence, cuttings, stabbings, swillings, all over gaff. When these people aren't getting them, they're smashing the cell door till 4s, 5s in the mornings. You're getting no sleep, he doesn't give a f***, no one else does on the wing. Just chaotic, mate. Don't get a minute's peace. When it's time to go behind your cell and it's time to get your head down, you're not getting your head down. Why? Because the noise is horrendous. Especially in your locals. In your locals, you can't really go to proper man's jail and scream out the windows and all this mad shit, because you just get one warning. People trying to sleep here, kids, suggest you shut your mouth. And there's people not going home on this wing. You know, you got 40 wrecks, natural lives. And when they're so far into the prison sentence, they'll live with the man that's killed his woman and his wife. These are the sort of sick individuals you've got later on in the life sentence units and that. Just all sick puppies, mate. Being in for over 20 years, head gone, but just still living in that system. That, mate, isn't it? And that's what these kids don't. That's what these kids don't think about. When you're running out with your gun, you're risking a 35, you're risking a 40, you're risking pissing the bed when you're 60 years old in prison. Think about it, lad. Mad that, isn't it? There's men in the system now that are pissing the bed. Doesn't matter how healthy they try and keep themselves, the stress, the pressure, the constant hyper observation and everything's hyped up. Everything constant. You close your cell door, you want to relax, you can't, you've just got people banging pipes. Oh madness. Yes, Tom. So if you end up with a 30 ref, lad, for what, a year of madness? Because that's what half of these kids are doing, aren't they? Running around, year of madness, get overconfident in their actions, boom. See you later. Yes, Steph Lou, get your 20. Go and get your 25. Go and sit on the landing like a dickhead. And if you sat there gangbanging and my words have come across you, there's a reason why my words are coming into you now. There's a reason why they're annoying you or making you think. you need to heed them, especially if you're making money off. This is like a cosmos warning towards you. You know what you're doing wrong. Why? Because they've just identified it for you. It's alright when you're just going through life and you haven't got a clue you're doing wrong. You're not really going to feel consequences of your actions. The minute you realise you're doing wrong, then you'll start feeling the karma off your actions. And I've just amplified your feelings towards what you're doing. If you're dealing, you are damaging families on your estate. You are damaging children on your estate. You are ripping families apart, and they're your own kind. You wouldn't go and do that to another family over the road, would you? On purpose. So why are you doing it indirectly by distributing it? Would you go and knock on that 25-year-old girl's house who's got 2 kids with a fella in jail because he's a dealer, and start smashing her head in and ripping her to pieces because a fella owes you £1,000? You wouldn't just do that, would you? Bang, knock at the door and destroy that family, would you? No, why? Because you'd be that, wouldn't you? What's the difference with you knocking on that 25-year-old woman's house and giving her a gram of coke on the Friday night, knowing quite well by the Sunday she's feeling depressive, the kids will be getting neglected and everything will be going wrong in that family's house. 10 years later, it's finished for them. Take it on board. Don't be distributing your poison, which is destroying your community. You're going to regret it when you get older. You'll always regret it when you get older. Why? Because you look back and you go, hang on, I started grafting when I was 17. I was making good money. By the time I'm 20, I've done an 18-month sentence or a 3-year sentence. I've got back out, tapped back into it. Me bed me off, me ma's not happy with me now, me home life's gone to... I've gone into jail, come out of jail, my character's completely different. I can't tolerate me ma's bullshit, can't tolerate me dad, can't tolerate me brothers. Bang, you're on one, you're finished for about 15 years. In and out, making a bit of dough, buying nice clothes, banging a nice bed, back in jail, back out, It's all the same bullshit. When you get to 35, 40, you will look back and go, shit. Why didn't I listen to Darren G when I was 18? Why didn't I listen to Darren G when I was 18? Honest to God, there's lads that's listened to me 7 years ago and they're in a completely different place now. And I'm not just saying that, you know, that's fact. And there's tens and tens, and I'm not going to go hundreds and thousands, but there's loads of them. Loads of them in the last 7 or 8 years who's took this on board, listened to what I've said and went, you know what? He's speaking pure sense there, mate. I'm one of this. And these are 17, 18, 21, 23. And every one of them, yeah, you see half of them lads that's been jailed in Liverpool in the last 3 years have been listening to me on a regular. Oh, what's he fucking saying now? You know, it goes round and, oh, who's he talking about now? And they're all there, like your birds and the birds mates. Get on what he's saying about you, lad. You know what they're like a big gang of women all discussing what's getting said about everything. He should have listened, shouldn't he? Should have took it on board. There was a reason why I'm landing on your lap on a daily basis, screaming and damn grabbing. There's a reason for it. Take it on board. Yes, Bayless. And you know what? At the same time, use little dealers. Stop dealing. Why? Because you'll deal for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and then you'll start dealing Class A's. That's the steady progress. You're going to get greedy, and if you smoke, you're going to get extra greedy. You should never get high on your own supply, but you're all doing it. Oh, no, no, no.